It's R&R here on San Antonio Sports Star. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson, and we are waiting on your head coach, Mike McCarthy. He's in the car wash on a Friday morning, and he just entered. We are the spot-free rinse.
Yeah, we're the dryer.
And the dryer.
We're the dryer. Yeah,
So,
we spot-free and we dry.
He's just around the corner. A couple things as we get ready to talk to the coach. He is 2-3 in his career against the Patriots. He's 1-0 against the Patriots with the Cowboys. Belichick, on the other hand, is 6-2 all time against Dallas, and one of those wins was when he was at Cleveland. He's 5-1 against the Cowboys with the Patriots. They recently met a couple of years, 2 years ago,
and that was CD overtime.
That was
and he got fined. Remember, CD got fined because of that celebration.
And with that in mind, we'd like to welcome on our show for his weekly appointment, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. He is Mike McCarthy, and he is here now, head coach of your Cowboys. Welcome aboard, Coach. How's your morning?
Good morning, Rudy and Rob. And having a good morning. How about you guys?
We're good, Coach. We live in the dream. We just get to sit around and talk about it. Y'all got to actually go do it.
Yeah, we get to fire the pot shots at you.
Yeah, we just sit around and talk. You got to live it. But speaking of this week, Coach, going back to last season, and you got a really good group of guys back from last season. You guys don't lose 2 in a row. What is it about this core group and your staff that after a loss makes y'all respond so well?
Well, I think it's, application of learning and how you apply the energy. I thought Monday that the team came in here and you can see the urgency to correct what went on in Arizona. And, but the work has been spirited, both Wednesday and Thursday. The practices have been, a little bit of a challenge with the heat and everything, but I've been very pleased with the way the men have been working.
Mike McCarthy, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, sitting with us on this Friday morning. How do you guys prep for games knowing the way, or curious about the way that they're going to be called? We heard your boss there, Jerry, come out and talk about the reffing, and you knew it was going to be a tough game. These guys are over officious and throw the flag. Do you prep your game plan with the officials' tendencies in mind?
You talking about schematically?
Yeah, you got a group of refs coming in, and they're going to throw the flag at any general opportunity, especially on these 5 kind of plays. Do you go, maybe we shouldn't run those, or maybe we should pay more attention to what they're calling? Because that crew, we knew, we found out post-hand, they throw a lot of flags.
Yeah, but definitely, it's definitely addressed. We have a officiating report that's presented to the team on Saturdays prior to the game. We have categories that we put these officiating crews in, and it's really the focus is more on the pre-snap, the alignments, the details of the motions, the cadence. It's more on the mechanics of the operation of the game. But schematically, it doesn't have an effect on who's refereeing, who's officiating the game.
Got you. Coach, you said yesterday your trips to the red zone up to week 3 last year to this year have doubled. What percentage realistically is the goal when you start the season as far as red zone touchdowns?
Oh, you definitely want to be, pushing the 70% mark. That'll put you, the upper echelon of the league statistically. But the goals scorer to get down there.
Right.
As we know, but it's 3 games. I do think there was some drives, in the Jets game that were clearly trying to keep the risk of protecting the ball. So you do have some of that, and it is only 3 games into it. So I have great confidence in our players, and I definitely think that we will be much improved moving forward. And with that being said, we got a tough challenge this week. I think they do a really good job in the red zone, and they're schematically challenging, and they back it up with really good fundamentals and play with good vision down there. So we got to be on our P's and Q's this week.
Mike McCarthy joining us here on San Antonio Sports Star. Let's talk about your matchup. Belichick, the book on him, and it's true, he's going to try to take away what you do best. And they're probably going to try to take away CD the way they took away. They take away wide receivers all the way around. I'm thinking of Miami just the other day with Tyreek Hill. Knowing what they want to do and the chess match that is the play design and prep for a game, You know they're going to try to take CD out. What do you do in prep? I'm not asking for schematic ideas, but when you know they're trying to take somebody away, do you reinforce the attempt to go that direction? Or do you just kind of work your way through the game knowing full well they're not going to let you get a whole lot from CD or somebody?
Well, I mean, it's like anything. You look for opportunities to get the ball to your playmakers, and situations where you feel the best opportunity that you may or may not have the double. So I mean, yeah, that's definitely part of the planning process. But schematically, you have to. It has to be schematic to achieve what you're asking. So
Yeah,
yeah, we're definitely aware of not only just taking CD. I mean, when there's big plays in the game, he has a history of just doubling two here because you can only double two perimeter players. So we're anticipating him, doubling CD and maybe another player. So that's all part of the planning process.
his guys are a little handsy. You telling you're planning on this because those guys get up in you.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, they do a good job playing with their hands on you. There's no doubt. So it's all just a reinforcement of the route running techniques and principles of how you defeat coverage, and as far as your releases, your stems, your breaking points. So yeah, we're definitely focused and emphasizing that at a little higher level this week.
What's the latest on Beatrice, Martin, and Smith, Coach, that you could tell us before your Saturday? I know we've learned over the 3 years talking to you that Saturday tells a lot, but how are they looking thus far?
Well, Tyler and Zach both did more yesterday, so that was encouraging. They practiced. That was part of the practice. So hopeful that they come in today. Because really the padded work is always the best indicator of where they are. So we'll see how they are today. And hopefully we'll practice Saturday. But Tyron, I anticipate him being in the rehab group today.
I asked because, of course, I know you turn on the tape and you see Matthew Judon, 4 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, and having to deal with him this Sunday.
Oh, definitely. No, he's their premier defensive player in the front. I think he's exceptional, and he definitely has our attention, and I think they do a good job on a weekly basis of just matching up their defensive front against your offensive personnel. So we talk about matchups and the ability to double the perimeter players, but they take the same approach in their defensive front. So we're anticipating on where he's going to be.
Mike McCarthy sitting with us here on San Antonio Sports Star. New England is one thing, but you're 3 games into it. Where's your offense in your mind? I know that the rain in the first game and the blowout and all this other kind of stuff, we really haven't had a chance for you to kind of dig in. And we're hearing limited quarterback play and all this kind of stuff. Where's your offense in your mind? Are you exactly where you want to be? Have you had not an opportunity to do some things that you wanted to do?
Yeah, I mean, we 3 games. I think you answered the question. You answered it with a question. I think that you look at the first game and the second game. I mean, and the way they went, but the third game, I don't look at Dak being limited. I thought the command and all the functioning components. I thought Dak did a really good job, graded out very high. But you look at the number of 10+ play drives. I mean, I think we're first in the National Football League in that category. So that tells you a lot about offense.
Yeah, but Coach, we want chunk plays. Chicks dig the long ball, man. Where's the vertical game?
Yeah, well, like I said, I think you've already answered the question.
I have, Coach. I'm being facetious in this. I mean, you lead the league in drives and time of possession, and everybody's asking, where's Brandon Cooks? Where's the deep game? Well, you haven't needed it, man. We're running the ball in the 20s, and you start getting toward the red zone questions. And what has been the primary thing? I mean, you guys are there. You're there a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's opportunities. You look at the situations, and particularly if you just take the Arizona game, we had 2 plays that were part of the officiating. So so that's what's that do to your statistics? So I mean, that's why the concern isn't clearly high. It's the focus is on just improving and make sure we got because I mean, I'll tell you what, this is a tough defense down there. So we're going to have to attack them a certain way, and we got to execute.
This guy is talking about the run defense, coach, outside the tackles versus the Cardinals versus inside the tackle. As far as the run defense goes, because you talked about 3 blinking lights. We've discussed 2 of them. We discussed the red zone. We discussed the penalty. The other is the run defense, and you and DQ's ability to address that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's really addressed every day. We know when, this will be our 3rd year of it, when people view our defense and how they want to attack us. I mean, we've led the league in takeaways 2 years in a row. I mean, that hasn't happened since the 74, 75 Steelers. Our pass rush is, one of the top in the league. So it's pretty clear on how you have to attack our defense. So, our run defense is a primary focus for us each and every week.
You and Zeke kind of similar, coach. I remember last year when you were going back to Green Bay, Zeke coming back to Dallas. Emotionally, like, where are you at mentally? Because you kind of went through the same thing last year. How's that week and that day go?
Yeah.
You're so busy during the week, you don't really have much time to think about it. And to be honest, it's actually harder. It's hard on your family. As far as going back. But like, I can based on my personal experience, but I just think when you get in there and the thing that I enjoyed was really just seeing so many people that you work with every day.
Right.
We're talking about grounds crew, the security guys, it's just your everyday people. So that part, as far as going back, was the best part for me personally, and I would tell Zeke to enjoy that, and that's what goes on in there when the guys go out there early in the pre-game. But once you put your toes on the line and they play the national anthem, you get past that part, which will probably there's emotion there. There's emotion there every game, but once you get once a game starts, it's you're competing to win. So that was my experience.
Real quick, do you listen to Micah's podcast? Is that on your listen on the way to work? Do you?
Should I?
I'm just curious. I know what you got a guy out there just talking.
We listen, coach. He ain't giving it. Go ahead.
He's talking. No, he's. Unfortunately, I don't have the time. But if I did have the time, I'd listen to him.
It's pretty good. You should listen.
He ain't giving anything away, coach.
We like it.
Oh no, I know. He's very bright. He's in about everything. So he's I enjoy Micah. He's a great personality to be around.
Coach, what's your assessment right now of your tight end room? Do you like where Schoonmaker is and Hendershot and Ferg, and do you like where the tight end room is in a reference to obviously the red zone and just overall approach to their game?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a good question. We're young. I think Fergie has really stepped up. Because he's got more opportunities. But I really like the young guys. They're getting better each and every day, and that's something that from our standpoint of game planning, we're trying to make personnel groups to get them more and more involved, because it's a longer. They're going to play. They have to play. But I really like that room because it's got a huge arrow going up.
I got one last question, Coach, and you've been around the game for a long time. When did quarterback being a game manager become to get the negative connotation on it? Like it seems like, because we use that word with Dak, it seems like we're talking negatively about him. When did that become, in your estimation, when did that become a negative thing where a quarterback managing the game just wasn't good enough?
It's just the system, man.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have a system to detail the operation. Boy, I mean, what these quarterbacks do every day is, it's clearly it's got to be the toughest position of all sports. And to call Dak Prescott a game manager just would not be an accurate definition of what he does. Because he does he makes he can make plays with his feet. I like the way I think his scrambling improved each and every year. We don't run as many just pure quarterback runs. I know he did, as they did early in his career, but you're always trying to evolve your passing game. I don't view him as a game manager at all. So
are there quarterbacks out there that are in that definition?
I think you might have to ask Micah that on this podcast.
I got you, coach. I got you, coach. I got you.
We thought we'd warn you down. We'd get something from you. Hey, Coach, as always,
I got enough to fucking.
we thank you for your time. Hey, as always, we bid you good health and safe travels, and we'll talk to you next Friday.
All right. Have a great week, man. Thank you.
Thanks, coach.
Head coach of your Dallas Cowboys, Mike McCarthy. We need a podcast from him.